Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and we have done pre-season, so without further ado, let's see how we got on. So here we go. So as we can see here, it was a rocky start. Now, my tactic didn't work how I really wanted it to. In the first couple of games, with a 3-3 draw against a team I've never heard of always worries me. With Mignolet picking up a 6.1, he was dreadful. That led me to definitely know I needed to buy a keeper. Next we had Spartak Moscow, which this time we put Karius, and while he did well, we still only scraped a win, and if it weren't for that red card that they got, they even had a late flurry on us, so that was quite tragic. These games aren't really anything to note. Our tactic changed between this time when we started to picking up the wins. The 2-1 against Kilmarnock was a bit of a shock, but I had faith in the tactic. We did dominate that game. Real Madrid was the real shock, although once Cristiano Ronaldo scored, I did sort of think it was lights out. The Milan game was the boringest game ever. I sort of handicapped my team by bringing in Jordan Williams in deep line and playmaker role, and he just didn't run the show. But we got a 1-0 win, so that's fine. And today we're back for the Anfield home game against Huddlesfield. But first, we did buy some players, or buy a player. Let's go to it. Here we go. So as you can see, Alisson has been bought for a neat 23 million. I was really happy with that, as I said before, I want to put a priority on youth. I don't want to have to spend big money on players. I would rather spend a bit and bring in the youth, blood the system. So this is Alisson, and I think he looks really good, and he has the potential to be 3.5 stars, which I was hoping to be a bit more, if I'm honest, but the other keepers were too much, and I didn't want to rock 80 million on a player. And as you can see, Klavan is gone. We are very sorry to see him go, as I do like his stats, but I'm not turning down 3.7 million. Also, Agdam Bogdan. We got real money for him, boys. 2.5 million. Can go up to 3.8, but there's a lot of, he needs international caps, certain stuff like that. So he may get it, but honestly, I'm not too fussed. We have 3 youngsters going out, as I said before. If they're not going to get game time in my team, they need to go somewhere. Otherwise, they're just going to be either wasted talent and not reach their potential, or I'm not going to be able to sell them on. And this is how the tactic has evolved throughout pre-season. So the false 9 at the top I feel was working fine. Firmino's ratings in most games were brilliant, even getting a hat-trick against the great Real Madrid. Salah, as much as I wanted him in that Ramdeuter role, I just couldn't find the right combination between these two roles, and he just left the fullback to get skinned time over time. So we changed it to an inside forward, and Mane and Salah have been brilliant since. In midfield, especially up the front, we've got advanced playmaker and we've got a deep line playmaker, both in support. Now I've worried about that they're both deep line and playmakers, but I find actually this works really well. The back 4, we've gone with fullbacks both on attack, as we do have pacey fullbacks, so I feel we can get away with this. The central defenders, I've gone with ball-playing defenders on stop. Now the thinking is I want them to be very aggressive. However, this could be very kamikaze, so against big teams I may just push them back to defence. And obviously the big man, just a goalie at the back, Alisson Becker. Mentality-wise, we've gone back down to control. I feel attacking was too risky. We were playing too many balls that were just, not going where we wanted to go. So we got rid of that. We went to very fluid though, as I want everyone to get involved, and I feel fluid, although it was good, it needed to step it up. As team instructions go, we've gone with prevent short goalkeeper distribution, use tight marking, close down more, pass into spaces. We do have that pace to abuse teams. Be more disciplined. I don't want people to roam too much. I want people to stick to the plan, play out of defence, and work ball into box. And lastly, low crosses. So this will be the team for our first game against Huddlesfield. Wish us luck. We hope we're going to get off to a good start. There has been a game played in the Premier League, so we will just quickly nip and see what's happened. Here we go. So the first game of the season, Man United beating Chelsea 2-0. Mata and Lukaku with a goal. So Man United, that sets them up top of the league. We're going to have to knock them off that perch. Didn't realise we weren't exactly at the date that we were playing, but that's absolutely fine. Mane has picked up a knock though, which is a bit worrying, but we are going to put Woodburn in. I'm not going to risk him, there's no need for it. So Woodburn is going to make his first start. Mane will be on the bench just in case we need him. This is the team, let's go. Here we go, so we're going to do the first team talk of the season. We're just going to, I expect nothing but a win. With a much better team and we should be winning. I'm hoping for a really good performance, to be honest. A 2-0 win would be absolutely lovely, but you never really know. So we're going to do the good faith. We're going to be assertive. We are at home. We should be winning this. There should be no worry. We will just make sure all this is changed as I was skipping through some of the pre-seasons when I knew my tactic. We will be playing on extended highlights, and I may cut games from time to time if they are a bit dull. We'll get to the action. But I like to have it on extended highlights. If I was playing on my own, I would probably have it on comprehensive. I feel otherwise you're not really seeing the problems of your team. So when you hear people in comment boards and they're saying, oh, my team got 10 shots and they had 1, they're not really seeing the whole picture. They're not seeing all the problems. And if you can see your right back keeps getting skinned, you can make adjustments. It's a special day and I can't wait to get started in this wonderful job. It's definitely unfair to single out an individual in such a manner, shows a lack of class, and we're not like that. So you've left Andrew Robinson out. Is that due to his injury? No, he's just been rested. We're going to go with Moreno. Here we go. Kick off. We are going to speed this up just a little bit. Here we go. So we're hoping for them wings to be very deadly. Trent with an early ball in. That sort of doesn't go anywhere. Woodburn. We're looking for good things from Woodburn. He's a youngster. I'm not expecting him to set the world on fire in the first few games, but we do want to see that that growth that we have been talking about. So far, only a couple of minutes in, not really much has happened. We've dominated possession at 60%, but you know, when you're 4 minutes in, you can't really take that to heart. The two shots have been good. You know, we like to do that, but again, this is Football Manager, and a set piece can undo us. Talking about set pieces, I will have to go through them in the end. Oh, and Bobby, I thought he scored then. That's going to be a lovely set piece. And goals like set pieces, I don't really take into account when I'm building a tactic. If someone scores a number of set pieces against me, or if I score them, because I don't see that as your tactic. It's more the set piece routine or the chances of it. The Ox, oh, that's terrible. That is terrible, Ox. That was closer to a throw-in. So here we go. Leicester, I've just seen a 1-0 up to Burnley. Poor little Burnley. Maybe they can get the Champions League football they desired so much in real life. That would have been. But here's Salah. Oh, good save. I'm really looking for Salah to be the star man. I was really disappointed when I couldn't get that Ramdoita role to work for him. I just wanted him to sit up front, not worry about anything. Trent, good save. Looked like it went straight to the keeper though, so I don't think that was really troubling him. So 20 minutes in, we've had 3 shots on target, 7 altogether, although one of the shots on target was a set piece, so shouldn't really count that. But I feel we're dominating quite well. We are going to give our team a little shout of encouragement. Let's just see what happens with this highlight. And we've been awarded a penalty. Woodburn has been pushed, and I don't think I've taken the penalties, so it's going to be Trent. Oh, going to have to set them penalties. But Trent, with his first goal of the season, I'm really happy for him, and he's off the mark. We are just going to encourage the boys. You know, let's not let off. Let's get off to a flying start. Henderson. Oh, that would have been a back-to-back goal bonanza. That's definitely how you say it. Right. So here we go, Huddlesfield. We couldn't have thought they weren't going to attack the whole game. But our defenders just sort of come in, get the ball. Now Woodburn, Firmino, the Ox. Firmino to Alberto, to Khan. We're playing the ball very nicely, very quick. We're just sort of ripping teams. Now why I've gone for the Ox in midfield rather than James Milner is because I feel James Milner's better in the deep lining playmaker role. I don't really want to use him as our creative force, in my opinion. So I'd rather Henderson go over to the left, be that deep line and playmaker, and then he can sort of go forward. I think he's got the intelligence to know when to go forward, when to come back, and I feel that Ox, in that advanced playmaker role where he doesn't really have to worry about defending, works perfectly. So we're going to go into half-time. We're only 1-0 up, so not the end of the world. But as we see here, Huddlesfield, they haven't had a shot. They haven't had a shot on target. They've had 45% possession. So I think so far we're doing okay. If we have a look at the latest scores, so what else are we dealing with? So Burnley look like they're dead and buried. Everton, West Ham 0-0. And Crystal Palace are 2-0 up against West Brom. Okay, so let's go into the dressing room. So I am happy, so we are just going to go calm, I'm happy. And all the players, it's always the have faith. But we're just going to do it calm this time, just calm. And I meant to click have faith. Never mind, so start second half. If it was against a bigger team, I probably wouldn't have said that. I'd have probably said something like, don't be complacent. But I feel we're dominating this game, that we don't really have to worry. He says that's Huddlesfield, come on the attack. But our man at the back plucks it out the air. Yellow card for Tom Oints? Doesn't seem to be happening much. We might have to make a change. Although the Ox on a 7.7, I'm really happy that he's working out in that advanced playmaker role. Here they come. That's their first shot all match, and that is abysmal, to be honest. You need to, keep your chances. I think probably our inside forwards are struggling with their two defensive midfielders, because the space that they are in is obviously where my inside forwards are going to try and cut in. And the Ox, brilliant! I'm so happy. Outstanding goal, yep, on his debut as well. Brilliant. I'm glad he is making that role his own. I need to make sure I go into his training and make sure he's on individual training for that role. But I'm really, really happy that he's got off to a flyer. The Ox, the Henderson, to Trent on the right, to cross it into Bob. Oh! We are deadly going forward. I'm so happy that this tactic has worked out. In the first couple of games of pre-season, I did panic. I thought we're going to be a whitewash already. But again, we shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves. But Bobby with the goal. There we go. 3-0. 60 minutes gone. I think we're done. I think we're going to get our big boys off. I think there's no need to risk anyone here. So who are we going to bring on? That's the thing. We are sort of lacking in the midfield area. We are sort of lacking up top. So we may need to dip our toes further in the transfer market, or see if there's any youngsters that we can sort of bring up. Because at this moment, I would like to bring off Salah, if I'm honest. So we're going to bring Bobby onto the right. Sorry, Bobby. We're going to bring Solante up front. We'll give him a game. And we will also bring, Mrs. Robinson. There we go. And I think they're the changes that we're sort of going to make. We're going to put this fullback just back to support. And actually, no, we'll put them both back to support, because we don't need to do anything crazy at this point. We're 3-0 up. We can sort out the fullbacks just staying back, not bombing forward too much. And we just make sure that lead is comfortable, because a clean sheet first game would be brilliant. He says that as they come forward, but our defence has got that all day long. Did I sound worried? I shouldn't have. So here they come again. And again, second shot of the game. That was a lot closer, but although it didn't count as a shot. Oh, how weird. Never mind, I'll keep that down to 1. Alright, here they come again. And that is a goal. That is a goal. So, that's disappointing. It's really disappointing. We wanted that clean sheet in the first game. That's sort of taken the wind out of my sails, I have to admit. I do wonder if it's because my fullbacks aren't as aggressive now. Maybe. Okay, we are. The cross is in, I'm not too worried about, because we do have 2 big men at centre backs. So we can deal with that all day long. But it makes it for a nervous viewing with obviously 77 minutes gone. We do need to do our set pieces. We haven't done them yet. Alright. We are going to tell the team, if we can get there in time, just to concentrate. No reason to do anything silly now, because it could lead for a very nervous couple of minutes. Crystal Palace, as you can see, have just gone 3-0 up to West Brom. Leicester 3-0 up against Burnley. It's a lot of... We've dropped down to 4th apparently, but obviously first game in, doesn't really matter. But Ox, I think, has been absolutely fantastic today. He should get man of the match. He really, really deserves it. Here they come again. They are beating us on the wings. Maybe I should have dropped the fullbacks to defend altogether. But I am happy with this defensive line overall. There's sort of three banks of three, if you see. Obviously the fullbacks can then go out and press if they need to. But it looks like this is going to be the last highlight. There we go. So 3-1 at home. First game we had 19 shots, 8 on target to their 4-1. Although they did get back possession. I wonder if that is. We're going to have to keep an eye on if we make them fullbacks on support again. Alright, let's go to the dressing room. So always when we're at home, it's just a calm, I'm happy with the result. And then picking out the star man, I'm very pleased. And he didn't care. Didn't really care. Well, you're out of the team. Right, cool. And there we go. First game of the season. We did have, I forgot about the draw, but we did draw CSKA Moscow. So what we'll do is for the next episode, we'll bring you both of them games back to back. We'll skip through Southampton, but they're important games. We've got to qualify. Anyway, you've been you. I've been me. See you later. Bye-bye.